Hello, and thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. My name is Sylvia Black, licensed real estate broker with affordable homes and apartments, and licensed real estate broker, and I want to thank you for joining me today. And I'm also licensed to preach and ordained as a minister, and I have my master's degree in sacred theological divinity. And thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You, which is a talk show, and I talk about my books, and I build the show around it. And thank you for joining me again. Today I'd like to talk to you about free money for home buyers. Okay, first-time home buyer programs that are offered to first-time home buyers. I will continue to talk about the 7 last words, the other 6 words that Jesus spoke on the cross at a later date. But if you want to view them, they will be on YouTube at S Black 3001. You can view the rest of the 6 words that Jesus spoke on the cross, and I will be broadcasting it on the TV show in between talking about real estate. And I just feel that there's an urgency that I need to talk about how you can own a home of your own. Okay, today there are local, state, city, and federal organizations, as well as nonprofit and private lenders, that are actually offering programs to first-time home buyers with no money down, no closing costs, no fees, no points, closing costs and down payment assistance, subsidy grants, and other types of grants available to first-time home buyers. You can be on Section 8, you can be on SSI, SSD, permanent, you can be getting alimony, child support. You can combine all of those incomes together, and they can qualify you. The only thing you cannot get is workers' compensation, which is temporary, and also unemployment. They're also temporary. Okay? No money down programs. And thank you for joining me. This book, Free Money for Home Buyers, is available on lulu.com. Okay, and it's a book that I have written. It's a resource guide of first-time home buyer financial programs that are available, and it's free money. Okay, a lot of the money you do not have to pay back. This is grant money that I'm talking about, that they give you to promote home ownership and to revitalize the neighborhoods that are out there. And this book covers the entire state of New York. And I also give you the link where you can go to if you're outside of the state of New York. Because the organizations that I list here, a lot of them are in other states as well. There's several organizations that are in like at least 20 states across the country. Across the United States, I should say. Now, home ownership is one of the biggest investments that you and I will make. And I say one of the biggest investments because hopefully it's not the only investment that you'll make, because it will be the first investment, and perhaps maybe you'll make another investment afterwards. Now, some people don't want to be a landlord. Some people don't want to deal with they think it's problems because they hear the complaints of other people. But I can tell you, being a landlord is one of the most rewarding things that I have encountered in the real estate business. Yes, the money is steady, and it's always going to come, because somebody's always going to have a job, especially if they're getting welfare, Section 8, or disability. Okay, that money is guaranteed. Okay, if you're working, you can lose your job, but a lot of people out there working, and a lot of people love their jobs, and the economy is just booming, you know what I mean? You think that this economy sucks, but there's a lot of programs that are out there, and you can't believe everything that you hear from passerbyers. You know, you have to go to the source. And that's why we say an educated buyer is our best customer. An educated consumer is our best customer. Okay, the more educated you are on the home buying process, the easier it will be for you to walk in and close the door, close the deal on a home of your own. And you can get the keys to the home of your own faster and sooner. Okay, I love being a homeowner. I love being a landlord. Okay, and those two things work for me. Yes, and whatever you do is going to be problems. Whatever you get involved in, life is full of problems. Okay, the only way to buy, even if you die, you're still going to have problems, okay? Especially if you go to hell, okay? I want somebody to talk to me, but, you know, life is full of problems, okay? And there's not going to be anything where you're not going to have problems at all. It's just a matter of knowing how to handle these problems. A home buying can be time-consuming as well as confusing. And I know when I first got involved in the real estate business, a lot of the words that they said sound like gobbledygook to me. I didn't know what they were talking about. What in the world is an appraisal? You know, what does that mean? What's an inspection? Inspect what? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just couldn't understand a lot of these things that they were saying. But as I studied real estate, I found out that they're very easy to understand once you get a hold of them. Now, I have a lot of real estate videos on my YouTube address now at sblack3001. And 3 of them in particular that I would suggest that you start looking at if you want to get started on the home buying process and start getting familiar with some of the things that you're going to want to know. And I'm going to re-record them because I don't like the way I look on them, so I'm going to re-record them. But they are entitled Finding the Mortgage That's Right for You. They are also Knowing and Understanding Your Credit. And the other one is Opening the Door to a Home of Your Own. Now those 3 things, those 3 are on there. I don't remember, I got to look and see whether I have a part 1 and a part 2 or not. But on 30 minutes you can't really talk about too much of that. So I may have a 2-part or what have you. But anyway, go take a look at those on my YouTube address, and my channel is sblack3001. Okay? And that will get you started, get your mind, focused, and start saying, I'm ready to buy a house. Let me see what I can do. Go to my YouTube address. It's absolutely free. You can look at many times as you want. You can watch them and listen to them. And I'll talk to you about stuff on there, which we're going to be talking about at some of the workshops that I'm going to be having. If you're interested in signing up for any of the workshops that we're going to be having, I ask you to please email me at affordablehomesandapartments@gmail.com. Okay, that's affordablehomesandapartments@gmail.com. And today's topic is going to be no money down programs. How can you buy a house with no money down? That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, no money down programs. Now, are you a veteran? Okay. Private lenders originate loans for veterans. Okay. And there is no mortgage insurance. The borrower pays the funding fee, which is a very small amount. And that can be rolled into the loan. In other words, you don't have to dish it out of your pocket. It comes out on a monthly basis after you start paying your loan. Okay? Now, these funding fees vary for veterans. Okay? Depending on whether you may be married to a veteran. You may be dating a veteran. You may be related to a veteran, or you may be a veteran. Contact Affordable Homes today at 716-602-7213. That's 716-602-7213. Okay, now depending on whether the veteran has served in the regular military or in the reserves or National Guard, and whether it's a veteran's, whether this is your first home or second one, will depend on whether the funding fee can be as low as 2.15% or as high as 3.3%. Okay, now most of these are first-time home buyer programs, so which means that you cannot have owned a home for a certain amount of time prior to, or in some cases you may have to actually sell your home so that you can buy another home. Okay, now are you a Navy? Are you in the Navy? Okay, are you in the armed services? Are you in the Navy? Okay, okay, there is an organization for Army Armed Services Navy personnel. Nation's largest in assets and memberships, offers 100% financing to qualified members who buy primary homes. In other words, who buy the house that you're going to live in. Okay, and to be eligible, you're restricted to members of the military. Okay, some civilian employees of the military and U.S. Department of Defense and family members are eligible. Okay, this program offers zero down, and is similar to the veterans program. Okay, one difference of cost is that the funding fee is 1.75% as opposed to 3.3%. Ooh, you're scaring me. Okay, another no down payment program. The USDA Rural Development Mortgage Guarantee Program is so popular that it has been known to run out of money. Okay, run out of money, child. Okay, before the end of the fiscal year. That's the cat's meow. My favorite loan program, says Jeff Tuford, mortgage consultant at this particular mortgage group in Michigan. Some borrowers are supposed to find their rural development loans aren't confined to farmland. Okay, isn't that nice? So you don't have to buy something way out in Bubble Neck somewhere. You can still buy it right here in the city and still take advantage of this 100% loan. Okay, the USDA has maps on its website that highlights eligible areas. In addition to geographical limits, the USDA program has restrictions on household income, and it is intended for first-time home buyers, although there may be exceptions. Remember, there are maximums, okay? Not minimums, there are maximums. Well, there are minimums, of course. We know what minimum wage is, what, $9 and change now? Okay, scheduled to go up to $10 in a little while. It is 9, I think, 9 or 9 something. Okay, so if you're getting, what, 9 times 40, $360 gross a week. Okay, that would be the minimum that you can make. Okay, Okay, so now USDA has map, okay, websites. So remember now that when they say that there are income restrictions, that means that there are income maximums. Okay, these are intended for low to moderate income individuals and families like you and like me. Okay. Any of us can buy a house using this program, and I'll show you how. We will get the process going. Okay. Now the USDA mortgage does come from a bank, and there's no mortgage insurance. Instead, they levy a 2% upfront guarantee fee, which can be rolled into the loan, and an annual guarantee fee of 0.5% of the loan balance. Now, isn't that nice? Okay, there's another organization. It's a nonprofit organization that has a no money down program. It is they are a nonprofit advocacy organization. Let's see. Let me go to them now. Okay, and they're a nonprofit organization, and it's funded with money settlements with the nation's bank over predatory lending practices. They use the money to provide home buyers with reduced closing costs and an interest rate of 1% below market rate. No down payment is required, and Affordable Homes and Apartments will help you find the house. However, this organization is the one that will help you finance it. And all this information is included in my book, Free Money for Home Buyers, at lulu.com, LULU.com. Now, according to this organization, this nonprofit housing advocacy organization, they say that they are the best program in America. They provide both comprehensive housing counseling and access to incredible mortgage options. Okay. Everyone receives the same incredible terms and below market interest rates. They have over $13 billion committed from some of the country's largest lenders on the following terms. Okay? No down payment. Below market 30 and 15-year fixed rate mortgages. No closing costs. Unprecedented buy down to virtually 0%, and I'll explain what that means. No points and no fees. Evaluation is based on individual circumstances without regard to credit score, which means you do not have to have the best credit in the world to qualify. Okay? An average score, what banks consider to be a good score, is 620 across the board. If you have a 620 score and you walk into a bank and say, I want to borrow money, they will say, yes, we're going to send you that $200,000 house over there. Okay? If you have 600, they're going to say, oh, excuse me. Okay? But this particular nonprofit organizations, as well as other organizations that are listed in my book, Free Money for Home Buyers, available on lulu.com, tell you exactly who offers no down payment mortgages. Okay? Now, this particular nonprofit organization makes affordable home ownership a real option for working people, many of whom have neither perfect credit nor substantial savings. While this organization's mission is to provide affordable housing to primarily low to moderate income individuals and families, okay, people with low, purchasing in low to moderate income communities. Now, I wouldn't really say that, but the program is open to everyone, however, not necessarily to low to moderate income, but the program is specifically geared towards low to moderate income because of the advantages that you take advantage of, and that there are income maximums, so you can't be making above a certain amount of money. Okay, there are no eligibility limitation based on one's income, credit score, or other criteria as long as the eligibility criteria are met. And this is set by this organization. Okay? Properties that Affordable Homes will find you must be located in the area where this organization provides the services. And they have offices in about 40 states all over. Okay? But they have one here, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, there's large areas nationwide in many states. The purchase price must be less than the maximum purchase price, okay, which is sufficiently high for low and moderate income individuals looking to purchase affordable properties. And like I said, a lot of the houses we deal with are foreclosures, and a lot of them don't need any work at all. The reason why they foreclose, and I talked about this to you before, if you go on my YouTube address at sblack3001, you'll look on it and it'll tell you that when basically the reason why these houses go into foreclosure is because the homeowner did not pay their mortgage for one reason or another. And it takes 12 months, my brothers and my sisters, for the house to actually go into foreclosures. So that's 12 months that we here at Affordable Homes and Apartments can help you save your home from foreclosure. Or we can refer you to any number of these agencies around the state of New York or within the United States, for that matter, that can help you save your home from foreclosure. I'm getting calls from people in all in other states. They're calling about they want to take advantage of the Section 8 program. Get a copy of the book. It'll tell you everything you need to know right in here. And if you're not within the state of, if you're not in the state of New York right now, that's the only, the deal has to close in New York. So if you want to come in and sign a contract for a house that's in Georgia or a house that's in Mississippi, feel free. You know, we'll help you do that too. But we can definitely give you the advice that you need and the information that you need and get you on the right track. And the workshops, we'll be doing a virtual tour online as well as a virtual workshop. We'll be doing live streaming, okay, and you'll be able to log on like you can log on to my YouTube address and you can view the video at any time you want. And we'll also be doing live streaming. So it'll be a particular time and day that you will be required to be there when we're doing the live streaming, and that's going to cover a lot of things because then you're going to be able to ask questions. What you do is you email me, and I'll be able to read your question right there online to everybody that's listening and answer your question to you right then and there. So it'll be easier. So it'll be almost like being right there where you are. So I'm going to be doing virtual tours. Whoever wants to be, wherever you are, anywhere in the United States, you can participate in this virtual tour, this live streaming workshop. And we're going to be live streaming from a live workshop, okay? So we're talking about my book, Free Money for Home Buyers, which is available on lulu.com and also CreateSpace, CreateSpace.com, okay? Now, like I said, you have to be a first-time home buyer. I always suggest that you buy a two-family house as your first home. Okay, why do I say that? Because you have the income of the second apartment in order to compensate you. And believe it or not, mortgage companies and banks alike use a percentage of the rental income to qualify you for the loan. So let's say, for example, you are on permanent SSI, SSD. Let's say both of you and your husband are both getting, because I've run into that where I rent an apartment to somebody and they're both getting SSI. He's getting SSD, she's getting SSI. And that's about $1,500 a month. $1,600 a month. I ran into one guy, he was getting, I forgot how much he was getting, a lot. He was getting about $1,600, $1,800 a month by himself. I was like, okay. But they said the older you get, the more you get. Okay? So here, there's a couple, let's say you're getting $1,500 a month, or you're a single adult, single parent, and you got 4 kids to feed, right? Any number of the situations that would restrict your income and cause your income to be depleted because you got to take care of stuff with it, or you only get a certain amount, right? Let's just say that. Now, a lot of these programs, you can buy a 1 to 4 family house. Okay, up to 4 units is considered residential. So that means that you can buy a 4-unit house, right? You say you don't want to be a landlord, but you're on a fixed income. You ain't got nothing else to do. And I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. And with the help of these other organizations, we're all going to be working with you together. Okay? So let's say, for example, you take a 4-unit house. Now, I don't have the exact numbers. But I know that the banks take a percentage of the proposed rental income. Okay, now let's deal with even figures. Let's say the house for $100,000, right? Now you can get a nice house, $100,000 house, if you got some rental income gonna come in, right? Let's say you get a 4-unit house, right? You're gonna live in one. You gotta live in one of the units in order to buy it. You can't not live in the unit. You have to live in it, and in some cases, one of the stipulations for getting a subsidy grant for Section 8 and other qualified home buyers is that you got to live in it for 10 years. If you sell it or move out of it, then you're going to have to pay that subsidy grant back. Okay, and I don't know what the requirements are, whether they make you pay it all back at once, or whether, they attach it to your house as a lien, and if you don't pay it, they foreclose. That's the mortgage company's, but the requirement, and you sign, that'll say, I agree to keep and stay in this house for 10 years. So now let's say you get a house for $100,000, you got 3 apartments you can rent out, and you're going to choose your carefully. And Affordable Homes and Apartments, we can help you rent your unit out. You don't have to do it alone. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. Okay? You don't know what you need, call us. We'll help you get the right tenant. Because believe me, I learned by mistakes. When my first rooming house, I used to just get anybody that had the money, and that was a mistake. Okay? It discouraged me from wanting to own a rooming house. But now I've seen other rooming houses flourish, and I've learned from them what they do and how they do it. And so now I know how to do it now, to make it work. And that's what we'll show you, how to make it work. So you're getting 3 incomes. Okay, let's say hypothetically, okay, if you're getting $100,000, the rents will probably be like $600. 12, 1,800, let's say half of that. I think it's more. I think it's like 75% or whatever. But let's just say half for argument's sake. $300, $369, that's $900 a month. That's going to be used towards qualifying you for this loan. Plus your $1,500, so that's $2,600 or so, right? $2,400. So now you're going to qualify for a house that's going to be worth more than what you would qualify for just getting that Social Security disability income. Okay? And I would say once we meet, or even before we meet, when you're listening to this video, start saving some money. Start putting some money aside. If you don't need no money other than just to move, start saving some money. You're going to need money for moving expenses. Welfare is not going to help you with this one. Okay? Start saving some money. You're going to need to put some money aside. $5, $10, $20, $100. It doesn't have to be a lot. Try to hold on to the money, put it away, and make a decision not to touch it. Because you're going to need some money down the road. Now, like I said, a lot of these houses some of the programs that you will get, you're going to need 3% down. And then there are programs that can help you even reduce that down. 3% of $100,000 is $3,000. You're not going to need the $3,000 when you first find the house. You're going to need that $3,000 when you close the deal on the house months down the road. And with these other organizations that offer down payment and closing cost assistance, you may not even need the whole $3,000. You're probably going to need $500 down, and then each month you have months to save up your money. Okay? Now when you get to the closing table, you can delay the closing. The mortgage bankers, they're going to let you know when they're ready to close. Because there's a whole lot of things involved in terms of qualifying, qualifying this house for a mortgage. Once you get qualified, now the house has to be qualified. Okay? And, there are, just a lot involved in the home buying process. If you don't do your part, then we can't do our part. If you don't have all the paperwork that you need, or, you come to the closing table and you don't have no money, you're not going to close the deal. You might forfeit that house. Nobody wants to forfeit the house. You come this far just to be able to walk away from the closing table to say, come on, give me a break here. Okay? So we want to help you make sure that you achieve the dream of home ownership. And achieve it soon. When you get your income tax is an excellent time to start saving some money. Everybody want to buy it. I can understand that. You want to spend some money. Yes. Okay, buy something for yourself, and then put the rest of it away. Don't spend every penny of it, and then be broke when you turn around. Okay, now, also private lenders offer no money down programs. Unlike some of the other programs generally require good credit for some of these programs. Okay. Some of the banks have a first home. They have some banks, like I said, private lenders. They have to qualify, your annual income must be at least below mortgage revenue bond income limit to the county where you currently reside, and they will qualify you based on that. Okay, like I said, I also include, I have one in here from a private lender in Rochester. For a first-time home buyer, low down payment, zero down payment, closing cost assistance, grant opportunities. Okay, there you can earn up to $7,500 towards your down payment. Okay, for this private lender. And there are employer matched funds, which I talked to you about that before. Can't seem to. Okay, there, like I said, local, state, city, federal government agencies, private sector, nonprofit organizations, and private lenders combined are all working together to try to help you achieve the dream of home ownership. Now, all of the companies that we're going to refer you to, they're going to be the ones doing the mortgage. But we here at Affordable Homes are going to be the ones selling you the home. Affordable Homes and Apartments. And we're going to work with you. We're going to work with you all the way up until you get that house. And even once you move into your house, we're going to still work with you because, we have, like I said, we have books and stuff that we're going to be asking you to get, to obtain. We're going to have books for you available for you. If you get these books, you'll have the information right at your fingertips, so that if you make a phone call and nobody answers, you'll be able to pick this book up and turn to that page and get that information that you need. You'll be able to get the answer that you need to the question you need right then and there without waiting 24 hours. Okay, or waiting till Monday morning until everything opens up. Because some people only work Monday through Friday, and the weekends you on your own. But anyway, this book is Free Money for Home Buyers, and it talks about down payment and closing cost assistance, grants, subsidy grants, home buyers assistance. It's a resource guide for you if you're looking to buy a home of your own. That's basically what it is. It's a resource guide for first-time home buyers. Down payment, closing cost assistance, subsidy grants, closing costs and grants, free housing counseling, free housing education. Okay, nothing. You can't. There's no excuse why you can't own a home unless you just downright don't want to do the work necessary to walk into your home. You're gonna have to do the work. We can't do it for you. Okay, you're gonna have to put one foot in front of the other. So I want to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate Religion to You, and I've been talking about no money down programs, which I hope that you have enjoyed, because we're going to probably be continuing. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about next week. Okay. So I'm not going to say what I'm going to talk about next week until next week get here. But if you want to see any of the videos that I have been recording, please go to my YouTube channel at SBlack3001. And I should have called it, I might change the name to Affordable Homes and Apartments. Okay, but I talk about religious stuff on there too, so I just named it SBlack3001. If you want to email me, you can look in the Challenger for the location of the next workshop that we're going to be giving. Okay, and I need you to holler at a sister the next time. And don't forget to tune in next week right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20, Wednesdays 6:30 to 7, and Saturdays from 12:30 to 1 in the afternoon. I'd like you to holler at a sister. Peace out. Lulu.com, y'all. Lulu.com. I think that was a better one.